welcome to the Rested Compass. I'm Will, your host. We're going to talk about really just a bunch of things. A lot of unpacking. Um, it's been quite a busy month for me. We've been to Louisiana, went down to Florida for a while, did some possible opportunities and kind of a little bit of media work down there for some folks. Had a great time. Met Doug Meeker. Really good dude. Let me stay with him. Thanks, Doug. Shout out to you guys down there. Man, I got to go to Biketoberfest. Met a bunch of people. It was really good. So pretty much, man, was down there doing some content, media, photography stuff, which I'm pushing out as much content as I can at the moment. I'm doing a lot of traveling. I'm up here in Milwaukee right now. I only was back in Arkansas for like 2 days, and then I left out. So I came up here to the Brave program. For anyone that don't know what that is, which I'm sure is quite a few people, it's basically a TBI clinic, research facility type stuff. For anyone dealing with any head traumas, for my veterans and even my first responders out there, or probably just anyone if you just apply. I don't know their, you know, parameters or whatever they do for getting people in, but hey, least you could do is just apply and submit, and they either let you in or not. Well, that's their thing. So far, they seem like really great people. Today I had some appointment stuff going on, so did some speech therapy assessments, and tomorrow I got some other assessments. I think with physical therapy and that kind of stuff. So who knows? They have already told me quite a bit of things that you wouldn't typically get at the VA or something. So um, program's been pretty good so far. I mean, I'm only day one, so don't let me get ahead of myself. But we got that going on. Making more content video here. I only came up here with one bag, so all I have is my camera and my microphone. So making the best I can with this video. So um, should be good. But um, last week, we were talking about alignment, and it kind of feeds into this week, really, with just everything that's going on. I'm possibly thinking going down to Florida, trying some new stuff down there, see if this media thing don't kick off or whatever. Go down there and put in some work and see where it goes or whatever. But still trying to decide if that's the best scenario for me. But it's all about putting yourself in those positions as we talked about before, with Kitty, which mind you is a great woman. Oh man, she's great. Really high vibration energy. She's a really good woman. Really nice. We clicked real well, worked well together on several photo shoots. Makes a great model. Hope we get to work much more in the future together. Sometimes when you're with people, man, it just everything just clicks. So, but we were down there hustling, bustling, trying to get things going, and ended up doing I think about three photo shoots. So, got most of those edited, back to her. Got some videos out to some writers and some photos, and still working on more videos, so they're coming. I just got 250 gigs worth of uh, content, so bear with me, it'll be out there. I'm a one man show here. So, um, what I'm saying is all this is alignment, right? So, if you gotta center yourself and get yourself prepared for things. I've been working real hard at getting my music stuff going with DJing, which I hadn't DJed in a while. Then Kitty come along and bam, sparked that back. So we're good with that. So hopefully we'll do some more DJing here soon. We'll get all that back on track, and hopefully everything works out. With the photography, video stuff, and we'll see where it all goes. Really, let's just go have fun with stuff. That's what we got to do in life. Um, and then alignment. So I don't know if I told you guys, but the gym is a huge staple in my day to day activities. Um, it's kind of what keeps me grounded and maintain my uh, consistency, and it's kind of my foundation for my building block. The last month, I really didn't do a whole lot with the gym. We're always hustling and bustling out to different stunt shows or um, drifter drags or out, doing promos and stuff out with in at the bike shows or the Mustang Week or whatever it was. We really didn't have a whole lot of time to sit down and just kind of relax and do my normal thing, because I like my slow mornings and my coffee, and then I can plan everything out for the day. Whether it goes that way, everyone understands that things change throughout the day, but um, the big thing is like for me, I got off that one thing that kept me grounded, because I'd get off, would stop doing all that stuff, and I'd go into photo editing. Um, and I kind of got a little, I'm not gonna say burnt out, but it was pretty tiresome, and I'm still kind of tired from it right now. But it's part of the game, really. But you got to find them balances, Like I could have took the time uh, to go to the gym. I could find one. There's gyms all over the place. Just pay for the day pass if you have to, or I could. Oh, pardon me. It's been a long day. And I think I'm an hour behind what I normally would be. But done a lot of thinking today, so my brain's a little bit fried. Um, but it's all part of persevering and getting through things. So with that alignment thing is maintaining your balance and finding what kind of goes. I don't know how to say it. Basically, you're aligning your views and your goals with your actions and everything like that. Um, Along with your internal spiritual self. Uh, if that's out of the line, everything else is going to be all messed up. So whether you're spiritual or you believe in a higher power or whatever the case is, that's your choice by all means. Um, but my thing with that is if you're fighting the internal battles, which I know a lot of people are, especially my Iraq buddies and all my veterans and my firefighters, first responders, those types of people, police officers, everyone, you guys all got those too. So you got to find that inner peace, and that way you can at least navigate yourself, right? Um, keeping your compass looped from rusting, because I went down a dark path one time in life, and well, several times, but really one that led me to an extremely dark place, and you know, and I was going down that path. I was just enjoying life, just till I wasn't, and then um, really, I didn't really come too far off my morals and values. I mean, I had some moments there and here and there, but you know, I lost my own way, and then fighting back to get to it, that's already hard enough because sometimes we're not where we want to be anyway. So it's like fighting like two or three battles at once. So you got to be able to unpack all that stuff, and some of these programs do that. They help you do that in I'd say an unconventional way, or maybe a new way. Um, that you don't get at the VAs or your medical providers or whatever the case is. But that's kind of what brings me here. So we're gonna see how all that goes. So far, like I said, it's going pretty well. But we need to get back and figure this out because you know, go down to Florida, maybe see some different things, and go on some trail rides. I need to get back on bikes and go on some exciting rides here soon. I know it's about to be winter months, so might be a little bit limited, but we'll make do. I want to go on a BDR, so we'll probably be planning that here probably pretty soon. Um, and then also, I got a buddy that contacted me from South Arkansas. Um, he wanted to get on the show here and talk about his situation being a veteran. Uh, he's kind of in a bad way, been getting messed around with the city and everything, and getting a bad name, and it's hard to come out of that kind of stuff. And I try to explain to him that well, it might be just best to get out of your town there and start over somewhere new, and then you know I'm kind of in that same boat. Like I didn't like do anything bad or nothing like that to get a bad name where I'm at, but um, in fact, it's been kind of okay. But getting out for me, getting out and exploring the world. Some people aren't that way, but you know what? It's crazy. Like a statistic I heard recently, well, kind of recently, um, the average person doesn't leave more than 20 miles from their home, like unless they go on like a single vacation or something like that. I'm like, wow, that is insane. But of course, I'm gonna double check that. But I mean, that's pretty wild that a lot of people don't even leave their towns. Like they just get stuck in that bubble. I don't know. Me, I have this super like fiery spark to. Well, it's not even a spark. It's more of like a forest fire, wanting to go and visit new cultures and stuff like that. Man, it's just fun to me. And we get to see new things and see what actually is happening in those areas versus our conventional media. And I'm not going to get into any of that kind of stuff, but um, just go out and visit new places, see the populace and the people, and they're really friendly. Most places I've been, so I mean it's just really how you address people too. If you're gonna be a a dick to people, they're gonna probably be a dick back to you. It's just how it goes. Um, but kindness does win. So be kind. Don't be afraid to say hey to somebody. How you doing? You never know, man. Maybe that kind of thing will change the or alter their day. Because maybe they're just having a really shitty day, and that one person could be you. Just stop by and said hello. You know. Uh, I know in my life I've been in those situations where I definitely felt like I was worthless, and it's hard to get out of that that mindset. But it's just all part about aligning and doing things. Moving forward, climbing your mountains and getting through those things. But um, hopefully I can get down after this trip to my buddy Chris and go talk to him and film maybe next week's episode or the week after. Hopefully, I don't see why not. But just go see him. See how he's doing. He says he's not living so well, so he's literally in survival mode. So and that kind of burst my bubble about veterans, because I found myself in that position once or twice, and yeah, we I think we should probably be doing better than that for our veterans. Don't get me wrong. Sometimes it's self-induced, and sometimes it's not. But man, uh, we've had a lot of people that laid a lot on the line so we can have our freedoms and stuff. So um, and I don't think people quite understand sometimes how much uh, people have actually sacrificed for those things that we cherish and probably don't even think about, or be grateful for, it's just crazy, just life. But, you know, get down there. He's a good dude. Get him on here, tell his story. That'd be great. I'd love to hear his story. I mean, I know it already because I met him a couple times and uh, it's quite the story, let me tell you. but we'll save that for the episode. So it's coming though. He's a motorcycle rider as well. So let's do something. I've been passing this thing around in my head, getting out on some trails and going on some rides and opening it up to other people that want to come on. More than welcome to. Just let me know whatever. If you got an idea, just throw it out there. If I can somehow manage to get there, do it, whatever. Let's go. Let's go on a ride. So I find it very therapeutic, and it's kind of another um, foundational thing for me and my mindset is just writing. I'm free, I'm happy, and it's just a good time. Um, but we do got to find those things, and we got to maintain them. Like I was saying, I didn't get a chance to go to the gym, or I didn't take the opportunity to go to the gym. And it kind of threw me off. It's kind of unbalanced here. So um, I got back in the gym day or two that I was back home in Arkansas, so that was good. But fitness for me has just been overall pretty good. So it's kind of held me together, getting through and doing that and sharing those experiences and maybe getting out on the bike again and with some other riders and stuff and kind of sharing what works for me and maybe help some people get through some stuff. I think will help all of us really. We'll do that, and then what we'll do is I do got a big plan for 27, I believe. We're gonna hold off on talking about that because we just gotta wait for that, but that should be in the works here soon. So hopefully we get that going. Actually, not hopefully, we will. It'll be a fun cross country trip, so it'll be fun. Um, but yeah, I think we need to, as a people, kind of fix ourselves. Find that inner peace, the what works for us. Sometimes, like I was just talking about today, at the Brave program, they're helping me figure out what's going on with my brain and why it's going on. We've yet to find out yet, but day one. So, but they have given me an understanding, just the effects of it, excess adrenaline, just mind blowing. Here we think is, all these other things, but some as little as adrenaline. Doctor instantly knew. He said my eyes were, you know, a little bit dilated when I walked in, or when everybody walked in the room, and I was just sitting there. I was like, oh, okay, well, I didn't know that they were dilated. I'm not on drugs or nothing. I'm just sitting there waking. I felt pretty good this morning. I woke up out of this king bed that super nice. Definitely nicer than my bed, but um, he identified that right away. I was like, see, nobody ever explains this stuff sometimes to people, and I think if we can do that, that'd be because sometimes they just people will talk to us or whatever the case, and we don't quite understand what, what we walked away from something or something. Like you go to the doctor, and maybe your guys' doctors are better than mine, but I haven't had quite the par for doctors. I don't think. If I have, then we definitely need to change something. Um, but if you go to a medical doctor or something, and you have questions, ask them, man. Like, ask them to explain stuff. Uh, I think it'll work out, because it could be a multitude of different things. Because at the end of the day, they're still human, just like us. They just went to college for being a doctor. So, but yeah, it's just that kind of stuff's been on my mind today. So, um, it's kind of mind-boggling, deep diving into your own self and figuring that stuff out of why you do things and whatever. But uh, that's a deep path, man. If anyone ever wants to talk about it, feel free to hit me up or something, in the comments or something, or message me. on one of my socials. We'll definitely deep dive in some stuff. Maybe get you on the journey of your self healing. You know, like I am. I don't quite think that's ever gonna stop, but you know, we'll get to a good place at one point. Not that I'm in a bad place, but um, you know, which brings me to my next key point here. Music. I got to talking to Doc today about music, as I usually talk to everybody about music and photography. So, um, but recently, when I was at the Warrior Path course with Sheepdog, uh, we wrote a song. One of our days, we had a counseling little session, and we wrote a song as a group with an artist that came in, Lisa Morales, very sweet woman. And I really kind of picked up on her songwriting method, you know, because everyone's got different methods and stuff for how they write songs and go about it, but it was a really effective way that I've found just amazing, to be honest. Um, but we wrote a song, and I got back on the 2 days or 3 days that I was back in Arkansas. I actually put it together from just the recording we had in the classroom and did some mixing and stuff to it, and then got it sounded pretty good. And we got it released. So it's called Burn Bridges, uh, featuring Lisa Morales, and you know the whole class it's under my DJ Goodwill, but my whole class was part of writing that. So absolutely, it's not just mine. So it's everybody's. So it's good. And yeah, man, they were so happy when it got released. The class guys were, and even the path guide, you know, they're just sharing to their friends and stuff because it's really a healing song. Like a super healing song. Like it was super powerful in the lyrics and just the chords and stuff she was playing on the guitar and everything else. You know, whichever part you connect with or resonates. But you know, it's funny how we got back. I got back and released that, but and then when I was down doing photography and stuff like that, me and Kitty were DJing, and how that brought more power and energy to just the great experience the universe was lining up for us there. Um, my question to you guys would be like, what does music do for you? You know, um, was it there in like some of your hard times, or even I know it was there in some of your happy times. I mean, I would probably know the answer to this stuff, but do you guys got songs that you like that during certain times? Do they make you feel a certain way? And when do you use music? I mean, I jam to music all the time, even when I'm just sitting around. If I don't have it, blasting someone else's songs or something, I got music or something, all kinds of stuff going on up here. But uh, we'll get way more into that later. But um, yeah, man, music, has been a huge, huge part of my life. It's kept me going. It keeps me going. It's a mood enhancer. You know, sometimes you just gotta see things in a different perspective, um, of how it makes you feel or what you're doing or something like that. Because we get hyper focused sometimes and on our own perspective, but it's okay to shift it a little bit. Uh, Not saying that your perspective was wrong because it's not wrong, but sometimes you get a bit better, clearer picture. Sometimes if you shift a little bit, but not to get too sidetracked because I do that sometimes. But yeah, the music, man, it's great. I'm glad that got rejuvenated, and um, hopefully I can do some more music and get that out to people, or even just DJ some events that music is there I think it's there to tell a story that sometimes we don't know, but we feel it. So if I could be part of any of that, just let me know. Or if not, I got people that I know that would love to be also. Um, but you know, I DJ weddings and events. I like private events and stuff like that. But you know, you get to see these people just dancing to certain songs. They go crazy, and it's just fun, man. Like it's just fun, you know. At the end of the day, you know, you get to dance and act like a fool and don't really care, you know. Uh, but I think music is good for the soul, you know. It brings life back into us. Even if some of our dull, sad moments type stuff, you know, and we hear a song, it's still bringing that life back into us. It may not be the positive or the happiest moments, but you know what? It's making us feel stuff that you know might have been a good memory at one point, or maybe just a bad memory too. But let's keep it on a positive note, you know. Um, but we do overcome all those times as we do, and yeah, man, I'd just really like to hear what kind of music taste you guys have and all this other stuff. I've been really into to house music a lot lately, and tropic house and a lot of electronic stuff. But you know, I was raised classic rock and just rock and you know pop or whatever was on the radio. But I listen to hip hop all too. I mean, it's just fun. And if I can get in any kind of creative realm, man, it's insane energy boost for me. For a bunch of creatives to be around each other. So um, it's just really a fun thing to be. You know, if you're that type of person. If not, no big deal. Um, you know, being around your types of people sometimes actually is kind of refreshing. So, but yeah, so hopefully we can get some music out and you know maybe heal some people and you know touch them um, and maybe getting them through some hard times. You know, especially like my buddy Chris down in South Arkansas. You know, let's see if we can't get him through some times. You know, and sometimes all it does is take a conversation, or you know, I'm gonna go down there and ride with him at least at a minimum, because he wants to go riding. Uh, so we're gonna go ride, get our heads clear. You know, it's like my happy place. So we're gonna do that. And, you know, he wants to do a motorcycle therapy thing, um, where other riders use it as an outlet. I think that's gonna be pretty cool coming up. But yeah, we got this big move coming up down to Florida, you know. Hopefully it's the right one. Sometimes you just don't know. But you got to go for it sometimes. So that's exciting in itself, you know. Hopefully it all works out. I think it will. Um, but yeah, we'll see. We'll see how everything goes. You know, I'd really like to hear some feedbacks on everything, and um, just got a lot going on this week, you know, to unpack and everything, and there's been a lot going on. So, but it's exciting, and I'm glad to be able to do this, and uh, hopefully here soon I have some tutorial videos coming out. I'm gonna be working on here soon. Uh, my buddy Chris brought that up to me actually. He was like, "Man, I don't know how to post to Instagram and stuff." I was okay. You know, he's kind of a little bit older, my age ish, and not everybody does know everything, you know. So Um, we'll have some tutorials. If you guys want to know how to do something, man, just post it, man. I'm pretty smart about these things, so I know how um to do a lot of different things. So I definitely give you guys tips, pointers, all that good stuff. Uh, you know, I'm here to share my knowledge. I'm not scared of it getting out and helping somebody. If I can help you guys get somewhere, by all means, let me do it, and I will absolutely help. And we're gonna have fun doing it. So. Um, Yeah, we got a lot of things coming up. We're gonna get back after I think this week to Arkansas, get packed up, give you guys some updates. Follow me on TikTok, Instagram, and stuff. Um, gonna write some music, do some DJ gigs. Hopefully, reach out and just enjoy the journey as we got it. You know, because some of our journeys are short, some aren't. We just gotta go with it, you know, and see where it takes us. You know, don't be afraid of it. So. that's all I got for you guys today. So hopefully I didn't talk your ears off, or talk in circles, and something of this made some kind of sense to you guys. But I'll post links and everything to the Brave program down below, and even Sheepdog, if you guys are interested, for my veterans and first responders. I'll definitely put it down below. That way you can click on it. Um, that way you can get straight to their websites and stuff, and really easy to get to for you. Um, yeah, let's go on this journey and continue going on, because I have no idea where it's going, and uh, I find that to be the fun part. So come on with me, and we'll go. So hey, appreciate you guys, and thanks for listening and watching, whichever one you prefer, and see you guys next time.